Hey, welcome back, guys. Today we are going to be talking about Floyd Money Mayweather and his beard and hair transplant. This is going to be a fun video, guys. I also have so much to update you on. Obviously, if you haven't seen my 6-month video, go check those out. Made 2 of them, one with the first haircut and one with Dr. Panine. Definitely go slap a like. And if you guys are enjoying my content, make sure to subscribe. We're almost at 300 subscribers. Let's blow past that. Let's get to 500 quick. And yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching. It means a lot. And your comments, I love responding to you guys. I always respond. So if you have anything you want to ask me, comment below. I'm always here to help out. But let's get into it. I have a lot to update you on, but I'm going to do it while showing you these photos. On screen right now is a photo of Floyd Mayweather. And it is before his hair transplant, before his beard transplant, which is really cool. And I'm going to be telling you guys all about how many grafts it takes to do a beard hair transplant, how many grafts it takes to do a hair transplant, how far along we think he was with his hair loss. And I'll show you photos of his beard in a second here. Let's start with that, actually, because I'm also going to tell you cost, where we think he got done. But let's start with how many grafts I assume he got done. Now, if you look at the top of his head, I don't have any really great photos. This is the best I have. There really isn't any hair here, but it's because he shaves and waxes it, and like it's perfectly waxed to the point where it's gleaming. There's almost no way to tell what his actual hair loss is. You look at his old picture, this one on screen, you could see he was perfect head of hair, perfect hairline. My assumption is he was either thinning in the front, like here, or maybe he was widow peaking, and he basically couldn't have that perfect straight line anymore, and he was starting to get like either self-confident, or he didn't like the way it looked on camera because the way lights were on him. And so he decided he really wanted to shave it all off to make it look as good as possible, and that's a great option because he looks great bald. Obviously, a lot of guys look really good bald, but clearly he wanted to be able to do some styling with his hair. So that being said, with the hair transplant, it'll be really interesting to see if he just keeps it cut short or if he actually goes out and lets it grow out and does some hairstyles. Comment below if you think he's going to like keep it buzzed short and do that lineup again, or if you think he's going to actually start to do some hairstyles with his hair. That's going to be really interesting to see. Now, as far as the number of hair transplant, like actual grafts, I can't imagine he was passing over 3 or 4 at most. Looking at his grandfather and his father's photos, I would say he probably just had thinning. Now, that's not a guaranteed, factor, but I would assume either a widow peaker like thinning, or maybe he was losing like, a Norwood 2 or 3. That would be my guess. Now, I just don't think it was past Norwood 4, though. So I would say 2,000 grafts probably what he got put in the front. And I would assume that area would probably be about what he had done. And I think it's going to look amazing. And I'll tell you why in a second, why I think it's going to look good. But for the beard, from what I read, especially since he brought it up super high and he filled in the goatee all the way to here, super thick. Obviously, he didn't need to do anything to the mustache or the actual goatee. He just had to fill this in. I can't imagine this took more than 500, no more than 700 total to actually fill in. Could have been as much as 200 to 700, let's say. And then for the sides, definitely need a little bit for here and here. He probably had another 1,200 to 2,000 grafts put in down there. So overall, I'd probably guess he had anywhere between 3,000 and 4,500, 5,000, no more than 5,000 grafts done at once. But we'll see. I mean, it'll be super interesting. I'm sure he'll talk about it eventually. He did turn the comments off on his photos, which also leads me to believe that he was kind of annoyed by the comments on people, talking about his hair transplant or beard transplant, which is a shame because people should be more positive about this. It's a really cool thing for him. In a year, everyone's just be like, wow, you look great, and not even talk about the fact that he used to not have a beard. So that's why you should get it, because if you're considering what people think about you, they're not going to know what you used to look like once you get it done. Like once it's been done for 6 months, 12 months, people just forget. Like even now, people are like, wow, it's hard to remember what you look like bald until I show them a photo. And then they're like, holy crap, dude, you look so different. So yeah, where do we think he got his hair transplant done? So there's some good evidence that he got it done in Turkey. Now, he deleted the photo, but the same jacket you saw on screen where he had the beard transplant photo, and he was wearing that white hoodie here, I'll show it on screen. That same photo was taken with a doctor in Turkey and posted around the same time, like within a day of that. It's deleted now, unfortunately, but that tells me that he was in Turkey getting a hair transplant. And it is a capital getting hair transplants, and it's very cheap, which doesn't matter to this guy, but maybe he just thought it was the best place to go. And I'd love to know what clinic he went to. And I'm sure the best doctor there worked on him, because why would they risk messing up Floyd Mayweather's hair? So yeah, I think he's going to have a great hair transplant, as I said. And I can't imagine he paid more than $5-6 grand for it because he went there. But there's also rumors that he went to Hollywood to get it done, and that the pictures in Turkey were maybe just them doing his beard. But again, I don't know. We're going to have to find out later. I will make another follow-up video when we have all the details. But I would assume he probably got, again, 3,500 to 5,000 grafts, and it probably cost him around $5 grand. 4 to 6 grand would probably be around the area, I guess, because beards, they tend to charge a little extra for. But yeah, I think he made a really cool decision. And as far as I do want to talk about why I think it'll look good. On screen is a couple photos of him. He looks great, dude. This is probably like, what, 1-2 months after the fact, and he already looks amazing. And I am excited to see what it's going to look like in 6 to 12 months. Like, it's going to be a really cool journey for him, and I really am excited for him. But besides for that, one of the reasons I think it'll look good is that when you have African American hair, it's different than, like, there's different types of hair. African American hair tends to be curly. And why that's important is one African American hair is like 2 or 3 of Caucasian hair, depending on the, you know, whether you're just thick Caucasian or very thin. There's different levels to it, of course. But typically, because of that curve, a little bit of growth makes it really, really, really thick looking. And you also don't have to worry as much about the angle of the transplant, which is really key in why a lot of people are nervous about hair transplants looking bad in the beard area, because getting the angle to go in properly, it can easily look really off if you don't do it perfect, like really, 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 really on point. And it's your face that everyone stares at, so it's even more obvious, and there's not any hair behind it to block anything. So the point is, that curl is going to really help, because even if they put it on the wrong angle, it's just going to curl the same way it always would. So it's going to look thick. It's going to be stubble or curled together and look really thick. So he should have a really, really beautiful beard in about 6 months. Let's see how far he grows it out again. I bet money he will probably grow everything out after his fight with Logan Paul in February. Now, I only mention that because I do want to talk about the fact that he is doing an actual fight 3 months after the fact he had a hair transplant, which I think is super risky. Now, guys, don't shoot the messenger, but I do think from my experience that you'd be able to do a fight. But I do think it is a bit of a risk. Now, you are fully healed within, like, let's say a month. You can exercise again, okay? You have to assume within 2 or 3 months there's no chance any of the follicles could come out, because even after 7 to 14 days, most people's hair follicles, their grafts, are stuck in the skin permanently on their head, and it's very difficult to get them to come out. So we'd have to say he probably has no risk of them coming out, but just, like, I don't know. I would be so worried I wouldn't even do it. I mean, it's Logan Paul, though, so maybe his idea is, like, Logan Paul is not a professional fighter. He's trained a lot. He's gotten a lot stronger, but he probably doesn't hit as hard as the other guys he's fought in the past. And also, maybe he just doesn't think Logan Paul is going to land that many hits in the first place to be a risk, because it is Floyd Mayweather against Logan Paul. If he doesn't crush Logan Paul, guys, I would be mind blown. Now, please go ahead and comment below if you think Floyd Mayweather or Logan Paul is going to win. I'm so curious. It's going to tell me so much about who my fans are. But I think Floyd Mayweather is just going to absolutely just stomp him. And it definitely was a clout-chasing move by Logan Paul to actually challenge Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. And, of course, they get a ton of money, so why wouldn't Logan Paul go get knocked around by a pro? You know, as long as he's getting millions of dollars, who cares? I mean, I'd get in the ring. I wouldn't go well, but, you know, why not? For however much they're making, I'll find out. Probably like $10 million a piece, though, easy. Like, minimum to go have a 30-minute fight and get your ass kicked? Okay, cool. $10 million? Come on. That's crazy. But anyway, getting off topic. Let's get back to it. This being said, Floyd Mayweather was spending $100,000 a year plus on his haircuts with no hair. So, I think getting a hair transplant was very cheap and worth it for him. And hopefully he can enjoy his haircuts he's spending so much money on in the future, because they were just cutting it all off before. But guys, Let me know what you think. I'm going to end the video here. If you want to see more celebrity reviews on their hair, I will do them. And of course, when he's like 6 months in or whatever and he starts to show, if he does some hairstyles, man, I'm making another video. But I had fun with this. Can't wait to see the fight with Logan Paul. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon. Peace. I'm stuck with you guys. Anyway, this is actually a secret scene for everyone who waited all the way to the end of the video because barely anyone watches this far. So for you guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being really loyal. And if you did make it this far, I actually just launched a website. It's hairtransplantreality.com. Same as the YouTube channel, hairtransplantreality.com. Now, what's going to be on it? Product reviews, guys. So I'll be putting product reviews on there. I'll also be listing doctors that are really good from around the world because a lot of people are like, oh, Dr. Panine's great. Who else? You know what I mean? So I have been talking to tons of doctors, and I will be adding them to this website, and maybe I'm making videos for some of them to show what they can do so you guys have options from all over the world. But yeah, there'll be new doctors being added on there in the coming months. It'll be edited. There'll be more FAQs answered. It's going to be evolving, guys, depending on when you see this video and check it out. It's going to change the next week a lot, but it's going to change a lot in the next coming months too as I add doctors and product reviews. So make sure to go check that out and bookmark it and let me know what you think of it. Tell me what you want to see on my website and I'll make sure to add it. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.